Here's how the business works. Like sand in the hourglass. How's the rest of that go?
These are the days of our lives.
This is the day of your life. I didn't even know it, so I knew the first part. Step 1 is prospecting. Here's what we've discovered. Now this is going to be breakthrough. If you're not prospecting, your business won't grow.
True.
If your team stops prospecting, here, you take the mic. I'm telling you the truth. So here's a way to do the business, or here's a mindset about the business. There's lots of things one can do in their business as far as being active. There's lots of actions one can take on a daily basis. If this isn't the primary one, because this one happens to be at the top.
Yep.
Happens to be at the very top of it. If that's not the primary activity, your business is not growing. Not only the primary activity for your team, because you know what we tend to do as leaders. By the way, by being here, you put yourself in a leadership position. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. What we tend to do is we tend to say to our organizations or our teams on conference calls, go out and...
Right.
Interesting. We tend to say that to our team. What we found with the 100-Day Challenge is whenever we weren't, our team wasn't. Leadership by doing.
That's right.
Because a lot of times, let's say you bring a new person in, they don't know how to. So you've got to show them. They don't know how to prospect, so you've got to do it with them. Does that make sense?
Another thing on that that's really key for us is that we were brought in with the mindset that you never ask someone else to do something that you're not willing to do yourself. And I personally really believe that, and I really believe it's just not fair to call yourself a leader and ask someone else to do those things if you are not willing to do those as well. It's very important to me.
So, for example, you know, when it comes to the being active in our business, even to this day, we win every incentive. Why? Because we couldn't get on the phone and say, hey, you should do this.
Yep.
If we decided we're not going to do it.
Well, plus, there's no way I'm not going to go, so.
That's
Because they're way too fun.
That's right. There's both aspects to it. That's the first one. You've got to be doing it. You've got to be focused on it. You've got to have ways to do it. We're going to show you throughout this weekend some ways to do it. But if you're not doing it, you just got to know that's how this works. New people coming in. Does that make sense? Yes? This is not this business, model that's so complex that we're not going to be able to grasp it. We're going to be able to grasp it, and then we have to just do it. Okay? Portion number 2, focused follow-up. Many of you have heard the phrase that the fortune is in the follow-up. It's not. Sorry to burst your bubble. A lot of you have been following up with the same people for years.
Yep.
Where's your fortune? It's in the phone bill.
Nice.
It has to be focused follow-up.
It's very good.
When we say focused follow-up, and by the way, does this look familiar? This is the business assessment at bestmethod.net. It gives you the ability to assess how are you doing in the 4 primary areas of your business, find if one of them is broken, and make a fix. Find out what you can do to change that. When we say focused follow-up, here's what we mean. I'm following up with Pony. She's the prospect. I'll be the associate. Whoops, sorry.
That's okay.
Pulled your ear out there. So I'm following up with Pony. And if I'm following up with Pony, what has to happen as far as the follow-up goes is Pony, not Tim. Pony has to make the decision, the conscious decision, that she wants to join me in this business or enroll or engage in this business to do what? To get what she wants. To get what she wants out of this. She has to make her own conscious decision. I want to join. I want to team up with Tim because by doing so, I'm going to get what I want or need or desire. This is a shift for a lot of people because, is that true? Do you believe that?
Yeah.
Let's say Pony cannot fathom how she would get what she wants out of this by joining. Will she join?
No.
No. I mean, let's get real. If she can't connect that, will she join? No, it wouldn't make sense for her to. You couldn't expect her to, right? So Now we've made a switch here because now it's about her and what she. So, how much is it then about the company details?
Not a lot.
Might be a little.
bit.
You might apply some of this information to illustrate or to validate.
Right.
What's
important to me.
Here's why you'll achieve this. I've got information that will show you why you'll achieve this result in your life. Okay? But most people tend to follow up with all of this.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G reasons. Has nothing to do with Pony. It has to do with the company, the products, all these things that may not apply at all to what she wants and needs. Does that make sense? How many of you in your follow-up are over here instead of over here? You're not being honest.
Jake was being honest.
But two-hander. If it's about here, if it's over here, you might enroll some people because you're good at explaining this stuff. Science, or here's how a service works, or here's the benefit that you'll get, right? You might enroll some people, but will they take action? Because they don't know how this connects them with what they want. There's no, I still don't, there's nothing in it other than, yeah, I'll try it. I'll consume it. Do you see the difference? That's why we call it focused follow-up. Focused on here? No. On her. So what we're going to do on day 2, thank you for coming today. We'll see you tomorrow. What we're going to do on day 2 is give you the exact phrases even that we use to shift it from here to here. Fair enough? Because it's a shift. We've heard some of you in your follow-ups. We know how we tend to talk to people, and 90% of it plus is over here. And that's there's a gap here. I'm turning away.
Yeah.
Do you see that illustration? I'm out of the hourglass. I'm way out of the box.
You know what? I just realized as I'm listening to you explain this, it's like all of a sudden you're explaining all that stuff, and it's not that it's irrelevant, because I realize that some of that stuff is meaningful to me, like about the company, that's meaningful to me, but it's not as important to me. Does that make sense? Because it's not connecting yet with what I want. It doesn't translate into that. Yeah.
Nothing. They've never heard of it before.
Yeah.
So let's say you use a new term, such as some type of technology that your company owns. For instance, throw something out. Oh, glyconutrients. That's an interesting one. Pony's a brand new prospect. What's that mean to her? Nothing.
And how does it translate into, I need to earn some extra money for daycare? It's like such a disconnect
glyconutrients,
between,
daycare. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And look at the hourglass. The hourglass comes in, and we just went out of it completely.
Yep.
That's where the major breakdown is for most people in this industry. The follow-up is not about the person.
Yep.
Is this information important?
Yes.
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 To validate that she's going to get what she wants out of this. Oh, yes, here's why you'll receive that. Because we have this, and I'll help you this, that. That's where we use that information to validate. Okay? We used to have an illustration that I wish it turned up. In fact, maybe we'll dig it out for tomorrow. That illustration was something that we came up with 9 years ago.
Wow.
And it was a circle.
Oh, yeah.
And it was called the success circle. You guys may have seen it way back then. And the success, got to be careful.
This is why
Success circle.
we have a new format.
Yeah. Just too hard for me to say. The success circle was qualify, validate, and enroll.
Yep.
And as long as you and your team were doing that, you would grow forever. Qualify your prospect. Pony, are you looking for something in your life?
Yes.
What is it? I find out.
Yes.
I validate to her that,
good.
Because of what we have, I'll help you get what you want in your life. So I validate that this is right for you because I'm going to help you get what you want. And that's when she would say, I want this. If we don't do it that way, I'm basically taking all of this over here, all that info, and saying, I'm going to hit you with so much of this that eventually I'll beat you down.
Yep. No, true. Really. I mean, isn't that really true?
And then what motive, if that's the case, I beat her into submission. Yes or yes? If that's the case, what motive does she have? This is sort of an Elvis pose like it is, Hans. I got one in. Sorry. If that's the case, what motive does she have to act on this?
Get you off my back.
If any.
Really. I mean, sometimes that's really what it is when it's that much of an overload.
Yep. So even if she enrolls,
Yeah.
it's not that she enrolled to go after her goals and dreams and achieve what she wants.
Right.
It's because we finally beat enough in. Okay, I'll try the stuff.
Yeah.
Or I'll get on it. Or okay, I'll join your business and let's see if I make any money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting,
What a shame.
isn't it? It's different. So step 1 is prospecting. Step 2 is focused prospecting. That will change. This concept we just took the 2 minutes to describe,
Just
maybe
follow
4,
up.
will change the rest of your business forever. I promise you that. Okay?